Today, I'm going to present a 2019 horror, drama, and fantasy movie titled Down. Be warned, spoilers are coming, so be cautious and take care. The story revolves around Jennifer, one of the last people remaining in the office on a Friday night. She's preparing to catch a flight to New York for an extended weekend to meet her ex-fiancé for Valentine's Day, so she's composing an email to him. Worried about missing her flight, she grabs some candy and exits the office. Simultaneously, Guy is also getting ready to leave work. Coincidentally, they both find themselves waiting for the elevator at the same time. Jennifer boards the elevator on the 49th floor and Guy joins her on the 42nd. Guy initiates a conversation and starts cracking jokes immediately. Although Jennifer responds, her interest in engaging in a conversation appears limited. Unexpectedly, the elevator abruptly halts when Guy shows Jennifer a drawing on the wall. Despite Guy's attempts to use the keys and the alarm button, they prove futile, even though the elevator's lights remain on. Guy even tries to open the door, yet his efforts are unsuccessful. They wave at the functioning camera, hoping for a response, but no one seems to hear or see them. Adding to their predicament, their phones have no signal due to their location 4 stories below ground. Jennifer begins to question the whereabouts of the building's security, concerned about missing her flight. After about 15 minutes, their attempts to call for help and attract attention by banging on the door prove ineffective. Guy then comes up with an idea that an escape hatch might exist. He awkwardly suggests that Jennifer could climb on his shoulders to inspect the elevator's ceiling. However, Jennifer hurts her hand slightly while attempting to open the ceiling, prompting Guy to put her down. An hour later, Jennifer accepts that she won't catch her flight. Despite Guy's attempts to lighten the mood with humor, Jennifer vents her frustration. Eventually, they introduce themselves and continue the playful banter that Guy initiated upon entering the elevator. Given that Jennifer lacks water in her thermos, Guy offers his water bottle, jokingly proposing that they could open the bottle of wine he has with him. Interestingly, they both have bottle openers in their bags, which they find amusing. While they don't actually uncork the wine, Jennifer does accept a drink of water. To compensate for the absence of proper food, she shares her candy with Guy. They decide to ration their supplies in case they remain trapped until Tuesday. After 4 hours, Jennifer urgently needs to use the restroom. However, she's embarrassed to do so in front of Guy. He suggests she could use a corner or even her thermos. This humorous suggestion makes her laugh. While Jennifer relieves herself, Guy starts singing. Afterward, Jennifer contributes to the drawing on the elevator wall. Later on, they engage in a game and open up about personal stories. Guy confesses that his intense focus on his job has left him without anyone to look out for him. Jennifer reveals a similar sentiment and confesses that she wanted to surprise someone in New York, but she doubts whether they even want her to visit. Guy decides it's time to uncork the wine, and he hands it to Jennifer. They raise a toast to their continued survival. As time passes, they keep themselves occupied by drawing each other and growing closer. Guy admits that he recognized Jennifer from the office building but didn't mention it earlier to avoid seeming like a stalker. Surprisingly, Jennifer takes this revelation lightly and even finds it amusing. They complete their drawings and share them. Jennifer's portrayal of Guy is more lighthearted, while Guy's depiction of her is more serious. Jennifer apologizes and snaps a photo of the drawing, jesting that she might use it as her profile picture if they make it out alive. Subsequently, they discuss food, but since they're both hungry, Jennifer changes the topic. Guy begins listing different subjects, and Jennifer selects discussing intimate matters. She stands up, turns the camera toward Guy, and asks about the most unconventional place he's been intimate. Guy is a bit bashful, so Jennifer goes first, recounting a story involving an ex-boyfriend from her college days. When it's Guy's turn, he's hesitant and believes his story isn't intriguing enough. Jennifer encourages him to fabricate a story. So, Guy spins a tale about a beautiful woman who expressed interest in him during a work event. He describes how they became a bit intoxicated, got into a car, and things escalated. However, Guy became uncomfortable and had to halt the situation. He says sorry because he feels he went too far, but she's fine with it. The guy approaches her in an awkward way, gives her a kiss, and starts taking off her clothes. They have intimate moments in the elevator. Afterward, he confesses his feelings of possibly falling in love, but she distances herself. Jennifer reveals she wants to reconcile with her ex, the reason she came to New York, hoping to mend things. Unlike the guy, she believes their encounter should stay casual because her ex means more to her. She's honest about her emotions and past relationship. On the other hand, he feels a connection and thinks her ex isn't good enough for her. An argument ensues as she's clearly still attached to her ex. Jennifer asserts that once they're out of the elevator, they'll return to their separate lives. He persistently claims they're meant to be, eventually breaking down emotionally due to feeling isolated despite their confinement. A shift occurs in him, and he begins revealing his true identity. He had lied about his job and name, admitting he had noticed her daily at work and showing her security photos and videos from work. He's actually the building's security guard, frustrated that people like him go unnoticed. He confesses to planning their night together. He unlocks the elevator and Jennifer threatens to call the police. He grabs her, and a struggle ensues. She breaks the elevator key, they fight, and she knocks him out with her shoe. He eventually wakes up and attacks her, rendering them both unconscious. Jennifer awakens later, and they converse. He explains he wanted them to connect genuinely, away from their regular lives. She believes they'll be rescued, but he reveals he's taken all the shifts, leaving them stuck until Tuesday. He expresses his desperation not to return to prison. Jennifer accuses him of kidnapping, triggering his anger. He opens a gift she got for her ex, wearing the shirt and taunting her with the cigars inside. He sarcastically wishes her a happy Valentine's Day. He later apologizes, expressing a desire to reconcile and offering to take her to a resort. He breaks the elevator's light and considers escaping through the ceiling panel. Jennifer stands beside him, and he requests her help to boost him up, promising to return for her. She suggests he boost her instead due to her lack of strength. He's doubtful she'll come back and assumes she'll call the police. Jennifer feeds him all the sweet talk he craves and persuades him to give her the green light. She hops onto his shoulders and they bail out of the elevator. He clues her in on the location of the ladder and the door, relieved they've finally busted free. But as she's on her way, Jennifer flips him the bird, getting under his skin. She's making her way up the ladder when he figures out an escape route from the elevator as well. Using 2 pieces of clothing, he connects them and tosses the makeshift line over the elevator beam. Jennifer's already heading for the door when he starts his ascent. Just as he catches up to her level, she's at the door, screaming for help. Unexpectedly, he grabs her and hurls them both back into the elevator, knocking them out cold. After a spell, Jennifer regains consciousness and spots the fire sprinklers, leading her to concoct a fresh plan. Trying to trigger the fire alarms with a lit cigar falls short, so she sparks a small fire. As smoke fills the elevator, he stirs awake, and she delivers a punch that shatters his nose. Jennifer manages to restrain him using a piece of clothing. He informs her that the fire alarm won't work, instead, they'll just get soaked and electrocuted. Jennifer threatens him with serious harm and coerces a confession about his actions. Switching on her camera, she records herself detailing what she knows about the ordeal. Then she directs the camera at him, demanding his true identity. He reveals himself as John Deakins. John admits to deliberately trapping them in the elevator and even confesses to creating the drawing on the wall. He had manipulated the elevator using a key to trap her. Jennifer pushes him to confess further, and he reveals his intent behind the trap and abduction, from knocking her around to throwing her into walls. She questions his motives, and he explains he wanted a date with her. He clarifies he used to be an accountant at a big firm before becoming a security guard. John then recounts a story about a car accident involving a girl, admitting it was true but different from his insinuations. He crashed the car into a ravine, resulting in her death, but his connections allowed him to avoid a lengthy sentence. Out of jail, he landed a job as a security guard, where he eventually felt the urge to be his old self again. Jennifer presses him about why he chose her, and he simply states she's impressive. Days pass, and they're still trapped. Another security guard, Eddie, brings his girlfriend to the building and discovers their situation through security monitors. He wakes them up and promises to help. He pries open the elevator doors, but John knocks out Jennifer and manipulates Eddie. This gruesome series of events leads to John disposing of Eddie and his girlfriend, erasing security footage, and taking Jennifer away to kill her. However, Jennifer plays dead, surprises John, and escapes, leaving him to a fiery demise.